All right, and I think we're off. Yeah. All right, Miranda, have a seat. I'm gonna sit next to you on the drum stool.
So, like these songs, what I was working on last year, I got until here in the book. But now I'm working on a more advanced book.
Okay, now you play the ear, right?
Yeah, mostly.
And you said you told me that you wanted to learn how to improvise and you wanted to learn how to finish your songs.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. Why do you play the piano?
I enjoy it. I like I used to play the oboe and the violin, but they were sort of hard for me to do.
So you took more naturally to the piano?
Yeah.
Okay, and why do you like playing the piano?
It's like a very versatile instrument. Like you can do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you show me one of your pieces of music?
Okay.
And if you want to bring that bench up closer, you can, but I don't have a height adjustable bench, just that one.
I'm still, of course I'm still working on a lot.
It's pretty good. Keep on it.
I can play like...
Is that as far as that one goes, or do you have any more ideas for that one?
Yeah, I mean like, I've got it, but it's not very good.
Okay. You understand what you're doing? You're going, see, that's pretty cool because it reminds me of the classical period, a piece of music that we write for a student that is learning to play the piano. It's simple melody. You know the melody is something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. What if you were to switch that to the relative minor? So it would be something like that. You notice in its time signature of like a 3/4 or a 6/8. I don't know which. I think it's more like 3/4. But if you're writing a piece of music and that's the theme, you've already got a melody started. Understand it's in the key of C major, so you can change keys at any time. By the way, there are no rules. You're in the key of C major and you're going from a C to a G. So it's a... something like that, right?
Yeah.
But look at all these other chords you can go into, you know. Not a steadfast rule, but a rule in general writing is that you will resolve the phrase, meaning the end of the phrase, on the major fifth. You know where the major fifth is in C major? Okay, well, let me show you. C major, this applies to all keys, but C major is easy to learn on for us right now because it's got a visual aspect to it because the piano is laid out for C major. So this is the first, that's the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and of course the octave. Now, when I say major fifth, I mean that's the fifth note and it's a major. So when you're in a C major scale, this one's a major chord, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and the octave. And that's the way it is for every key. The first one, of course, is your major if you're in C major, and the next two are minor, the next two are major, that one's minor, that one's diminished. So if you wanted to play without any key change, you would go. You go to F, D minor. Then you could now do another phrase. I did that in an instant like that because I know what I can do with C major. Now, You can do even more than that because you can do key changes, which when you start to do that, you're painting a picture with your song, right? And if you stay in the key, then in my opinion, you're working with the primary colors like red, green, blue, and you're going, okay, I'm painting this picture, I'm using just the primary colors. But the minute you go into key change, you suddenly now have the mixed colors like the purples and cyan and magenta and all those other colors. That's the way my brain works. It hears music in color. But, so what I just did was show you that now you've got your melody, and that's a great theme. What I just showed you was you can go to use the D minor, the E minor, the A minor, like I did when I went to the F. And another thing that breaks it up in your brain is if, right now you're going, something like that, right? So you can see that you're changing a chord every second measure, every measure? Yeah, just about every measure, right? But what if you went to the F and held it longer? Then you can go to the D minor. Which is just going up to scale. So now that I've shown you the ideas, play your song again. And think, well, you've got your idea, try going to a different chord. You can play it again C major, right? C, just play it again C. What you got? Now, what if you just switch that to an A minor? Just move it all down to A minor. You're going something like that with your left hand, right?
Yeah.
So what if you switch, you're doing a C major and a G major, right? You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, what if you switch to A minor and E minor? Could you play it then? Yeah, like that. Except E minor. Or you can play it down here. But it's easier if you don't have to move your hand, but if you want to move your hand on the E minor, the melody would determine that. But just go ahead and play your song in A minor to E minor instead of C to G. There you go. That's right. Now you're not playing the E minor the way I showed you, but that's cool. What you're doing is cool because you're going right like that. Something like that. You're doing that. That's really cool because that doesn't give any predictability to it, so it makes it more interesting to the average listener because you go, oh wow, what is that? You want to. That's what I showed you. You're going, which is even more interesting than what I showed you.
So could I like switch from A minor to C? And
Try that.
like how would I do it though? Just like,
Any way you want to. You can play the A minor here. You can play it here. And you can put your melody wherever you want it.
so could I like do it once and then like do it?
Yes, anything you want to do. That's the great thing about writing.
And then I could like.
Mm-hmm. Try it again. I mean, so you've done it once, and you do this part twice, so do that part twice. Play it twice, but on the last bit of the second time you play it, you want to somehow get back to the C major.
Yeah. Like I'm so like I don't know how to like make them go
That's,
one to the other, like how to connect it.
I can show you. You just need to enter a phrase. So you're going. You could do it this way. the G major chord, and then you can start your whole beginning all the way over again. That's a simple songwriting trick. Is if you're resolving the major fifth, now that's your period at the end of the phrase. You've made your statement. And all I did was I went down to D minor, then the E minor, then the F, and then the G, which is really a very simple, typical writing technique. It's you can do it that way. Yes. Yes. Now, when I came up from here, I went. So in other words, my chords were half as long as yours. You're going, wait, the same length. Sorry, you're right, same length. So you just went C, G, C, G, but I went D minor, E minor, F major, and then I ended it right there. So, play again your A minor thing. You went to A minor to E minor, right? Yeah, that's right. Now go to D minor. Do what I did. You see, just going up the scale. And I pause for a second, then.
Could I go back down?
Anything you want to do. There's no rules.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I know that doesn't make sense. That's the only thing. There are no rules. So don't think in terms of rules, because that'll ruin your writing. You can even go to like say you're in your C major, you can go. So I just did a key change and then resolve once again. I'm trying to get back to the G major, and I resolved in the G major. All I did was come down to A flat, because you're in your C major. It's really cool when you go to A flat. And that's E flat. So there's many different things you can do.
Yeah.
You can go. All you gotta do is end up on a G major. So there's so many possibilities. You can play any of the black keys. I'm trying to get to understand all the possibilities that are out there, and that's what's good to have a song in C major, because it's very easy for me to show you how to get around the keyboard. So now that you know the C major scale, is this major or minor?
Minor.
Yeah, that one.
Minor.
Yeah.
Major.
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 Minor.
And diminished.
Yeah.
That means that's a diminished chord there.
Oh.
It's just these four notes over and over again. Watch.
Because I know.
That's B major, yeah.
Yeah.
But diminished is every third note. Sorry, not every third, every second. Well, third note, yeah. One, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All keys are that way. The seventh note is a diminished scale. First one, major. Next one's minor. Then minor. Major. Now F major, as you know, should have a B flat in it. Because we're in the key of C major, you have to play with the B natural. The C major does not have a B flat in it.
Yeah.
Minor. Oop, that key's fading here. It's getting out of tune. Of course, you know there's a harmonic minor, melodic minor, and a natural minor. And that just has to do with how the scale is played. But don't worry about that stuff because it only matters how your melody is and how it sounds and what you're trying to do with your melody. So you've got the melody. That's really cool. You've got a great melody there. I don't remember the rest. Is that it? Okay, that is it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So try it again with your what you're doing with the A minor to E minor and see if you can then create another phrase doing whatever you want to do. Now I said, that's easy, but you don't have to play that. You can play whatever you want.
Like chords are easy, like to do step 2, because like you and like you can do stuff with chords.
Yeah.
And like because I also sing too a little bit. And I use chords to accompany.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the reason is because when you're singing, you don't want the melody on the piano to take away attention from the listener's ears.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
And you go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Now when you play those chords you just show me. But don't forget you can always play the 3rd or the 5th of the chord. So you just show me the root, which is the 1st. See, D minor, D in the left hand, right? E minor, E in the left hand. And don't forget you can do a D major with the F sharp. See if it makes sense to go that way. You can also do the 5th, major 5th of the G major. See, root, 3rd, 5th. And the 3rd works really well if you're going to a C major chord. Like if you're in G major, and you're going to go to a C major chord, next you go. It's just walking up the scale. So don't limit yourself to always playing the root note of the key chord that you're in. And think of always think of the inversions, And of course in the 7th major. Just make it as interesting as you want, there's no rules.
Oh, that's really cool. So I could go like.
Yeah, you got it.
That's cool. Cause like I just did this because it's easier. But this sounds like way better. That's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
You can do anything.
Yeah.
There's no bad notes, it's just a note that doesn't make sense. So when you're writing, it's great you came up with something that has a melody. That's great. I like that piece that you came up with. That's good. That's a good start because it shows that you can come up with a melody. There's a famous, she's not real famous, but Lindsey Sterling, she's a violinist that plays violin music to the hip-hop beats. And she just plays scales and arpeggios, and that's boring because there's no melody there. She's just going, and doing arpeggios. Oops. Great. That means you can play the violin, but there's no melody to her music, so you have a melody here. And for being 11 years old, that's really, really good.
Like I also know some Miranda song a couple years ago. It's like
What key is that in? I give you a hint. There's a B flat in there,
Yeah.
and there's an F in there. So it's a key of F.
Yeah.
So what's the relative minor? The relative minor is always 3 notes down from the major. So if we're in C major, the relative minor is going to be A minor.
Yeah.
So what you just played was an F major. To make it more interesting, you could do a second part to that in D minor and play the exact same melody but in D minor, and it would be really cool. You're doing A minor right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you're in F major, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the relative minor would be D minor. It'd be a yeah, like that. Yes. Yeah, something like that. You don't have to play it, but I'm giving you an idea in your head. Okay, they've come up with that. The easiest thing to do. Yes, you just played C major. And the song is in F major. That's cool. You just changed key. That's great. If you move it up one note, you've got the D minor. But I'm trying to give you an idea of what the possibilities are.
Yeah.
The most basic thing, like in Baroque and classical music, when they're doing the more simple stuff, is that they'll do a theme and then major, and then they'll move down to a minor. That's really basic stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Russian music, for instance, especially their folk music, they'll start out. They have a lot of minor keys because they have a lot of passion in the music, a lot of sadness. So they'll do a minor key, like say D minor. The next part of the song, they'll move to the relative major. So you can also go up. If you're in a minor key, like say A minor, then what's the relative major of A minor? C, that's right. Yep. So if you have a wooden flute, like a wooden Indian flute, and it's for the key of C major, it can also play in what other key? A minor, that's right.
I see. So like, but relative like minor, like G or something would be E.
E minor, that's right.
I see.
They play the exact same notes. And the only way for the listener to determine what key you're in is the way the melody resolves in a phrase. See E minor? Which is the same as G major.
It's the same.
They're identical. Now, I want to encourage you to not stay in one key when you're writing. It's always good if you can mix it up and add a key change. You don't have to. Or you can just play, like if you're playing in C major. How'd that melody go again? The melody you're playing, show me your melody. Yeah, it's that flat. I changed key, but I made sure I could come back to the G major.
Yeah, because like going between keys like adds more interest.
Exactly. Yes. So, what did I just do? after I did the C to the G, C to the G, I then went to the D major, G minor. And then I went to D minor. So, you went C, G was your melody. I then went with this being the D minor bass note, being the third D major bass note being the major third, to G minor. And then I went to D minor to come up with the G major. So I just flipped it. So you can do the same thing. There you go, that's the minor. Okay, so you've got your C major and the A minor. When you're in a minor key, you can, if this is the A minor, you can go down to this note here, and it's E major. See, you incorporate E major, and that is a key change from C major, because the E is not major and C major is minor. You see, so if you are doing your melody and say you went to A minor to do your melody, E major is in there, but A minor is still a part of C major, but E major is not. So you've done a key change, but you haven't thrown the listener off. They don't realize it's a key change, but it is a key change because you're now playing the E as a major instead of a minor. So if your melody is, that's an A minor. Isn't that cool? It adds more flavor to your song.
Oh, cause like I didn't even realize that was a key change because I saw you like.
Yeah. Because is E major in C minor? No, it's not. But it is part of A minor. No, it's not part of A minor because A minor is the same as C. Sorry, it is part of. What key is that? A minor, which is these two are minor. I don't know what key that is. Yeah, A major would be E major would have an A major in it, but you're playing the A is minor and the E is major. So nonetheless, it's a key change. That does too. And you can also switch. You can play the A major the first time and play the A minor the next time. That'll really, and there's F sharp minor, yeah. So that is what you can do with that song. Do you have another one?
Let's see.
See, any teacher can show you this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that you learn, of course, the technique and how to play a piano, like what to do with the pedals and how to do your skills with your fingers. But once you've got that part of it down, study the music that you like and listen to why it sounds good. Okay. Now generally, when you're doing a sustained pedal and you change the chords, you gotta want to lift it up
I did.
so that you don't get too much muddy sound. Now that may be what you're trying to go for at certain points in a piece of music, but generally you want to raise it to each key. So what key is that one in? Well, the first giveaway is there's no sharps and flats on the staff.
Yeah.
So that is
C.
C major or A minor.
Yeah. I thought so, but this book often does not put that there.
Oh, it does?
So,
Okay.
because it's for children, so.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, I see.
I thought. Yeah.
So the most of these are
Yeah.
either in C major or they don't put it there. Okay. Well, they do have G natural there. So it's G sharp, which would be A flat. So my goal is to show you how to write and how to improvise. And by showing you, but you understand in your brain what you can do, what the opportunities and the possibilities are with the notes that you're playing, that'll open you up to be able to write more interesting music. So, do you have another piece of music that you wrote besides that one you just showed me?
I've got this one.
Oh, that's one of yours.
I didn't write it, but.
Oh.
What do you say? I wrote a song a while ago, but I don't remember it.
Can you play something sad?
I can play something like.
They're sad and they're scary. And the difference between sad and scary is scary will usually have weird intervals which are not part of the scale. Meaning that, say you play it C minor like you just did. Like when I wrote that film score for that movie that Craig Price is doing.